Hi everyone, hope you're all doing well. A couple days ago I put out a video just previewing some coins that were in my cousin's coin collection. And as I mentioned in that video, I went through them and I was able to pull out all of the silver coins that he had and some of the older and really cool actually numismatic coins as well. And I'll show you guys the numismatic coins in just a minute. For those ones, what I did is I pulled out any coin before the King George VI coins. So I think anything before 1935, I believe those years were. I figured that I show so many of the King George VI and wheat pennies in the coin roll hunting videos that they wouldn't be too interesting, and you guys have already seen quite a few of them. But let's start on the silver coins first. There were 27 dimes, silver dimes, which was really cool. I wasn't really expecting very much silver, but it turned out he did have quite a lot. And the first one here is a really good condition 1940. And I'll just show you guys the back of this one. Again, this one is the King George VI variety. But again, let's go through all of these dimes. Next was a 1942. Here's a 1947. A 1950, a 1951, a second from 1951, a 1952. This date is extremely hard to read, but it's a 1957, a 1959, a 1960, and then we have two more 1960s. Here's the first one and the second one. Then we have a 1961, a 1964, a second from 1964, a 1965, again another 1965, a 1966, and then lastly a 1968. And for this one here, I didn't think that it was silver at first, but I did put it on a magnet, and it turns out that it is one of the silver dimes. So very cool. And then he also had a couple in these 2x2s. Here's a 1947. Sorry if I just zoomed in or adjusted the camera there. But a 1947. Here's a 1950. A 1951, a 1964 in really good condition. And I should also just mention that for these prices that you see on them, basically he just went through a pricing book and just kind of guessed at where it fell on the range of price. Of course, the 1964 silver dime isn't worth $10, and really all of these coins are pretty much just worth what you can get. But it does help them just sort of see how rare it is and what kind of condition it is, and just helps them organize it a little bit easier based on the pricing in that book. So for all of the prices that you see on these 2x2s, and especially on the paper money that I'll show you guys in a future video, don't pay too much attention to the price. For example, if you have a 1964, I wouldn't expect to get $10 on it. It's more of just a way that he can organize it a little bit easier. But I just thought I'd mention that. Let's continue going. Here's another 1964. And then he had 3 centennial silverfish, which is really cool. I've only seen one of these before. So awesome. So we had 27 silver dimes in total. Let's take a look at his silver quarters. He had 4 of those, and starting with this one here, this one's in pretty rough condition, but it is a 1953, and again he can just clean that one up a little bit, and it should come out a little bit better than what it looks now. And I'll just show you guys the back, and it's a young queen portrait. So a really cool 1953. Here's a 1956 in much better condition. And then here's a centennial 1967 cougar. And then for the fourth one, it's a 1967 cougar again. This one in much better condition. So very cool. Again, 4 silver quarters. And here's the first time I've ever seen an American half dollar. that is silver, and this one is a 1965, which means that it's 40% silver. If I'm wrong on that, someone just let me know in the comments, but I'm pretty sure that that's a 40% silver half dollar. And then this find was really cool. This one's a little bit beat up too, like the quarter, but it's a 1966 Canadian silver dollar. And these ones aren't in circulation anymore, so you don't see very many of these. And that one is worth quite a lot based on its silver content, so very cool. And then I kind of laughed out loud when I saw this, just because I wasn't expecting very much silver to be in his collection. And then as I was going through it, I actually came across an American silver eagle. So this is a 1 ounce silver coin. And again, it's from 1997, if you can, there we go, from 1997. And again, just like that American half dollar, this is the first time I've actually seen an American silver eagle with my own eyes. So very cool. Again, it turned out really well. He had, again, 27 silver dimes, 4 silver quarters, a 40% silver half dollar, a Canadian silver dollar, and then a 1 ounce American silver eagle. So again, I'll set up the numismatic coins and I'll let you guys see those next. Be back in a bit. Alright guys, let's take a look at some of the more interesting numismatic coins that he had in his collection. Again too, just to start, the prices on the coins aren't really the accurate prices, just that were found in the pricing guidebook that he had. And also too, I didn't put in any of the King George VI and wheats, since there were quite a bit in our coin roll hunting videos. But again, he had quite a few of these King George V nickels. And again, starting, we have our first one here, a 1924. And again, if you haven't seen a King George V nickel, again, whoops, upside down, he just looks like that. Again, you can tell because he's wearing a crown. Here's a 1927, a 1928, a 1929, a second from 1929, a 1930, and again we have another one from 1930. Here's a 1931, again another one from 1931, a third from 1931, and then our last one from 1932. And for some reason I really like these nickels here. We unfortunately don't get very many obviously from coin roll hunting. I think we've only gotten around 10 so far, so it was really cool to see that he had so many. And now getting into the really interesting coins that he has, he had a couple of these Canadian large cents, and the first one here is a 1919, again with King George V on the back. So again, that's really cool. Here's another 1919. Again, I'll try to get a little bit closer so you can see them. Here's a 1916 large cent, a 1910, and then here's one all the way back from 1876. So this one was really cool, and it has Queen Victoria on the back there. I've never seen, my brother and I think we have 2 large cents that were given to us from our grandparents, but we haven't found any coins from any of these large cents, obviously, in the penny boxes, and this is the first one I think I've seen with a Queen Victoria on the back, so I thought that was really cool. And then the last one here, this is a 1932, so again, extremely old. This is a Nova Scotia halfpenny. And for the people watching from the US, Nova Scotia is a Canadian province. Of course, all the way back in 1832, Canada wasn't even confederated then. It wasn't until 1867. And this was really cool. So I guess as the province, they were making their own currency back then. But I do believe, actually, no, that I don't even think that would be Queen Victoria on the back. That looks like it might have been a king from all the way back then. Again, I could be wrong. I should have double checked before the video. But again, an 1832 Nova Scotia halfpenny, and that was really the most interesting one that I found in his collection. So again, a really interesting silver collection and numismatic coin collection. I just thought that I would share that with you guys. If you guys have any information, it would be greatly appreciated in the comments section below. If you guys enjoyed these coins, the silver and numismatic coins, then I think you guys will really enjoy his paper money collection. And I'll put that in a video to follow soon. So again, if you could like, comment, and subscribe, that's always greatly appreciated, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all next time.